Buy here, pay here. We've heard all the horror stories, but if you have bad credit and need a car, it may be your best option. You'll pay a higher interest. Sometimes the vehicles aren't that great and you don't want to be late on a payment. In some cases, that's the reality. But like anything else, you can't paint all the buy here, pay heres with the same brush. I learned this week that JD Byrider is different.
JD Byrider has been around for over 25 years. Okay, we have sold over 1 million cars. And that says a lot about JD Byrider. Actually, the 1,000,000th car was sold right here in South Attleboro.
No kidding.
No kidding.
And Joe, it all starts with your initial evaluation. You go through the numbers and see what they can afford because you want to set them up with something that they can be successful with.
Correct. The whole idea is to make them successful. We will not do a deal, no matter how bad you want to sell a car, if the person is going to fail.
So some people you do say no to.
Absolutely. If you come in here and we run a budget, a very tight budget for you, and we go over all your income, over all your expenses, and then we determine, all right, this is what you can or you can't afford.
Right.
And if you can't afford the car, I'm not going to sell you a car, because at the end of the day, we don't want people bringing cars back. We want people staying in their vehicles, getting their credit back, so then they can go anywhere they want after they reestablish their credit.
Yeah. Joe says the application process is pretty straightforward.
I take a look at the customer's credit history. We do not use credit scores. The customer will bring in the current pay stub or a letter from retirement, pension, or whatever the case may be. That will give us a net number of their income. So we go by the net. So I'll take that information, plug it into the system, and then we'll start calculating the formula. It'll tell us, okay, this customer nets X amount of dollars. This customer nets X amount of expenses. This is what they have left at the end of the month if they purchase a vehicle today. We have our own bank, which makes it a lot easier. And we work with them very closely, obviously. But yeah, if I feel that a customer is an honest person and they just barely budget, I'll make the call and I'll get the approval for the customer.
So Joey, we're talking used cars here, so it's really all about service. You want to keep your customers on the road.
Correct. That's why we offer the 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty with every vehicle. And only people that have purchased vehicles from us can get their vehicle serviced here, which is a big deal because we know our vehicles. All of our techs are obviously certified, years and years of experience.
Because again, it's another one of the horror stories you hear about buy here, pay here. They sell customers, unbeknownst to them, cars that have problems, and then they're stuck with them.
Sure, and that's something that we strive to avoid at all costs.
I mean, it just makes sense. If someone has to all of a sudden pay $800 or $1,000 on a car repair, that could have been a couple of payments.
Payments, absolutely.
Buy here, pay here has a negative connotation to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And there's buy here, pay here's to give you all a bad name.
Absolutely.
So what do you want the viewer to know about JD Byrider and how maybe you're different from those guys?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's to me, it's a no-brainer. We offer the 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty. The reason why we do that is because we're so confident in our vehicles that we know that this customer is going to be happy with that vehicle. We make the payment structure so simple, whereas most buy here, pay here's are come in every week with your money and
They set you up to fail.
If they set you up to fail, it's an automatic. Where our history and our record shows the opposite. If we feel you're not going to succeed, we're not going to sell you a car.
How does JD Byrider handle payment structure, and what if you're a day late or a couple days late? How does that work?
See, as far as we're concerned, we're not going to go after a car if you miss a payment one day. That's just unproductive for everybody.
Yeah. So you're taking a chance on them because they have bad credit, and in return, all you ask, make your payment.
That's simple. That's simple. And again, it's a win-win for everybody. They have a car that they need, we have another car on the road, and their credit is getting reestablished.
Joe Velez and his JD Byrider team are located on Route 1 in South Attleboro, and they have a second location up on Route 146 in Sutton, Mass.